Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Brewing with Magic. Well, I recently came across an article that had a whole bunch of really fun budget decks in it, and whether you've been playing for a long time, you're brand new to the game, or you just don't have a huge budget to throw into these cards, I thought this would be beneficial to all of you, the Brew crew. So I decided I am going to start putting out some of these decks every single week, maybe a few times a week, and not only is it going to be the budget version, but the video will also show you the better version of the deck. But before I get into that, would you like to win some free prizes? If so, please press that subscribe button and become a member of the Brew Crew. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, all that information is down below. And yes, we are giving away a box when we hit 500 subscribers. So thank you for everyone who is a member already. And if you're not, it's super easy. Just click subscribe. So the first part of the budget series I'm going to bring you is Budget Selesnya Magecraft. And I've been having a lot of fun with the very, very strong version of this deck. So I thought, why not bring this in as the very first budget version? So we'll start off first with our creature package, if you will. And so we're going to have 4 Clever Luminancers, 4 Monk of the Open Hand, 4 Clarion Spirits, 4 Leonin Light Scribes, and 4 Professor of Symbologies. Now, this is a budget deck, so I don't feel like the Magecraft deck works very well with just Clever Luminancer, so there are 4 rares in the deck, and that is Leonin Light Scribe. Now, if you do decide to play this deck, keep in mind, if you craft the Leonins, it's probably only going to work in a deck like this. You're not going to be splashing Leonin in this deck or that deck. So if wild cards are very hard for you to come by, unless you plan on just rocking this deck for a long time, I do not suggest crafting those Leonin Light Scribes. So what are we doing with all these creatures? Well, basically, it's a whole bunch of budget creatures. The Monk of the Open Hand and the Clarion Spirit hopefully get double spelled, making the Monk bigger and giving you 1/1 flying tokens with the Clarion Spirit. The Professor of Symbology is going to help you get into that sideboard. And then our Clever Luminancer and the Leonin Light Scribe are our 2 Magecraft creatures that just get out of control as we're casting our instants and sorceries. Now, what are those instances and sorceries? First, we have the sorceries. We have 4 Gilding Voices and 4 Blizzard Brawls. I only put these separately than these just so that you do remember with Guiding Voice that it is a sorcery. It's not a combat trick. You're going to want to do that pre-combat. That is something that I have accidentally done, and I don't want you making that same mistake. Now, the nice thing is you get to learn. So if you don't have a whole lot going on, it does also enable you into your sideboard like the Professor. And we've got all kinds of really fun stuff over here. We have 2 Environmental Sciences, 1 Containment Breach, 1 Inkling Summoning, 1 Pest Summoning, and 2 Expanded Anatomies. Now, we have a lot of ways to get into this sideboard because we have the 4 Professors and we have the 4 Guiding Voices. So I highly suggest probably grabbing Environmental Sciences first, and if not Environmental Sciences, probably an Expanded Anatomy. And the reason is Environmental Sciences not only gets you another land out of your deck so you have more land to utilize, it hits, it's a sorcery, so it's going to make Clever Luminancer and Leonin bigger, and it thins your deck out a little so you don't draw as many lands. You only have 20 lands, so thinning them out really does help a lot. So when you are making those lesson learned choices, that's what I usually go for. As far as Pest Summoning, Inkling Summoning, Containment Breach, those are more situational in my opinion. And then of course we do have the 4 Blizzard Brawls, so we can go ahead and kill those problematic creatures that are in our way, or just to open up the way to get through and finish off the game. And then we have our instances, which we can use more as combat tricks, if you will. Other than maybe Charge Through, there are times where you might want to throw Charge Through before you attack, just because you get to draw that card. Maybe you get to put another land into play. Maybe you end up drawing the Blizzard Brawl or the Guiding Voice. A lot of different reasons why you may want to do that, so that's up to you, but it is a great combat trick. So we do have the 4 Charge Throughs. Also helps, keep your hand full because you draw a card. 3 Snakeskin Veils, really important in this deck. There's so much control going around that you want to be able to make sure that if they're going to kill your creature and you're just out of the game, you have a way to protect it. But you can also use Snakeskin Veil if they're tapped out or you don't think they can interact in any way, if it's going to finish off the game, giving you that +1/+1 counter and maybe pumping your whole crew with Leonin or Clever Luminancer. We have 4 copies of Wild Shape. I can't tell you how many games I believe I have won because of this card. Opponents do not expect it. It hasn't really seen much play. It's 1 green. It is an instant. Choose 1. Until end of turn, target creature you control has a base power and toughness that becomes that creature's type and gains that ability. So I almost always end up going with the 3/3 Elephant with Trample. I guess there would be a reason if you needed to save a creature from a removal spell to go with the Turtle with Hexproof, or if you're going to die in the air, you go with the 1/5 Spider with Reach. But for the most part, the Trample, I love to throw that on Clever Luminancer. Clever Luminancer becomes a 3/3 base, plus it gets the 2/2, so now it's a 5/5 for the turn. It has trample, plus anything else that you might do to pump it. Super, super strong card in my opinion. And then 2, Show of Confidence. This is a super strong card as well. I would love to have more in the deck, but if you draw it late game, it's just a +1/+1 counter for 1 white, 1 colorless. It's not that great. If you have it early game and you can utilize it, it really does snowball the deck. Not only do you get a whole bunch of +1 counters, but if you have Clever Luminancer or Leonin out, they're just getting double triggers, maybe triple, but usually it's double. It's usually a double spell kind of deck, not a triple. And then our land is extremely basic also because, once again, this is a budget version. So we have 9 snow-covered plains, 7 snow-covered forests, and 4 Arctic tree lines. So that's the deck. That's what we're trying to do. And why don't I go ahead now without further ado and show you how this budget version of Selesnya Magecraft works. Hello, opponent. Something with paper. Opponent goes first. We have 2 lands and a Clarion Spirit. We're on the draw. I think we have to mulligan this. This is going to be really slow. There we go. Clever Luminancer, Clarion Spirit, some monks. We'll keep this 6. So turn 1, if I go Clever. No, I think turn 1 I would go Monk, into turn 2 Clever, Gilding Voice. And then we'll have a clear. So I have to get rid of one of the monks. I didn't want to do that. We can't even really do it turn 1 because we have to put this out tapped. Yeah, so we're a little behind. Now we'll throw you out on white. We'll throw the Monk of the Open Hand. We'll go into a Clarion or Clever Luminancer and ship it back. One of these probably won't live till next turn, but it might. We'll see. Skullport Merchant is the play. Wild Shape. Okay, so we'll put this down on white. Let's go ahead and put charge through. They'll be able to block, so I need to put the Guiding Voice on the Monk. That'll fire this up. We'll grab an Environmental Sciences. We're going to go ahead and swing in. And now they're going to want to block her. Okay, so in response, we're going to give her, make it a natural 3/3 plus tramples. Gets a few more tokens on there. Make it nice and big. Swing in and hit them for a bunch. Bringing them down to 13. Skullport Merchant Mechanic coming down again. I have the charge through, so we're kind of good here. Let's see if they have anything that they can do. No. Okay, so I think I go... Okay. I think I go Clarion Spirit. No, okay, then I can't do any of this. So we definitely want an Environmental Science. Yeah, I got it. Environmental Science. Gotta go big. We gotta go big now. Oh, they have removal? Or what's it holding up? And we want the green. I'll throw the green into play. I will throw the... I'll save the Monk next. Let's get in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and charge through. Oh, Blizzard Brawl, giving it trample. Or giving us a fight spell for next turn, not trample. What am I thinking? I can do all of this next turn and have a really big setup if they board wipe us. So we're going to end the turn because we can literally do 1, 2, oh man, it's, I don't know which one to do first. Blood on the Snow. That's what we thought. They just have to have not another Blood on the Snow in one of these 2 cards here. Okay, so we throw this out. We'll throw Clever Luminancer out because I want to go over their head, so I'd rather have the 1/1 tokens. We'll go into the Monk. Create a token. And then we can't fight that and get through, so we're just done. Oh, Blood on the Snow. Every deck is running it. It's another Skullport Merchant. So we really need to be able to get through on the top here pretty quick. Professor of Symbology is going to be really big for us right now, I think. Let's do the Professor. We have one card left in the hand. I think this is holding up for this. For the Skullport Merchants. Come on, Professor. Did we get you? Divide by 0 the Clarion Spirit. Okay. They get themselves a Mascot Exhibition, which they're going to be able to throw next turn. That's fine. We're going to grab the Expanded Anatomy. We are going to throw Expanded Anatomy on our flyer, giving our Monk +2 or +1/+1, and we're gonna swing in the air for 3. That's our turn. We can make a Spirit Token and fight one of their, or we can fight their flyer and still get through next turn, so we're good there. They're gonna pass probably. Nice. Oh, Show of Confidence might be the game-winning card. So I can do this. I can do it all. So we'll throw the Clarion Spirit. I'm pretty sure this is it. Let's Blizzard Brawl. Let's get you. Boom. They have no cards in hand. They have no way to block this. We'll Show of Confidence. We're going to put those tokens right here. That's going to do it. That's going to do it. Let's do another one. All of them on you. You get them all. And we just swing in the air for 6. Yeah. Woo. Mr. Ice Cream Man. Hello. We meet again. We go first. We have 3 lands, Clever Luminancer, Monk of the Open Hand, Clarion Spirit, and Charge Through. So we're going to want to keep this. I think we're going to lead off with Clever Luminancer. You know what? Let's lead off with land and go into Clever Luminancer. Eye Twitch coming down. Going to be in our way. Let's go ahead and get the Monk out. And then swing on in. They'll probably block. Yep. We're going to draw a card, kill the Eye Twitch, get a counter on the Monk. Ooh, land is bad. We only have 20 in the deck, so drawing 5 is bad. We can't draw any more land this game if we're going to hopefully stay in it. Environmental Sciences, gaining them some life, getting them a land into the hand. Just guaranteeing some drops. You know, that Blizzard Brawl is kind of bad for us. We're going to throw the land. We're going to throw the Clarion Spirit. I have nothing to Blizzard Brawl, so I just attack with the Monk and pass it back and hope we hit it. If they get a creature, that's good for us. If they just do removal, we're in trouble. There's the creature. Guiding Voice. Okay, so we don't know if we can... Let's lead off with the Guiding Voice. Let's put it on the Clever Luminancer. Let's grab... Let's grab Environmental Sciences. Let's play... Let's Blizzard Brawl the Clever Luminancer onto the Skullport Mechanic. Merchant, we get some triggers here. Boom, that goes down. Let's go ahead and throw out the snow-covered plains. Let's go ahead and use environmental science. Let's grab ourselves a forest. And let's go ahead and get in for a whole lot of damage. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. They can't board wipe us here. They're close. They're a turn away. So if they kill our monk, that's our biggest creature, then all we need off the top is one pump spell. Oh no. Goldspan. I don't think they're going to attack. Well, let's throw... So we're definitely going to Gilding Voice. We're going to put that token on our actual token. That makes this bigger. We're going to grab our Experimental Sciences because it is the cheapest, and that's going to be the game. Yes! Woo! Okay, everybody, as you saw, the deck runs very well as a budget deck, but it can actually run so much better. And how do we make it run just a little bit smoother? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to be getting rid of the 4 Monk of the Open Hands. We're going to get rid of the 4 Clarion Spirits. We're going to get rid of the 4 Professor of Symbologies. We are going to add a Snakeskin Veil. We're going to come over here. We're going to drop this down 4. Down to 5. We're going to lose 1 snow-covered forest, and we need to go ahead and add some cards in. So, what are we going to be adding in? We're going to add in 4 Dragon's Guard Elites. We're going to add in 4 Werewolf Pack Leaders, because why not? We're going to add in 1 more Snakeskin Veil. I already did that. I said that. Reading notes here. Vinda. I already had this set up for you. So we're going to add those in, and then we also need to bring in some more land. So let's go ahead and add in the pathways. Gotta have those pathways. And we're going to want 2 layer of the Hydras. So what we have done is we took out some of the lower impact creatures that we had in the deck for the budget version, and we've added some much stronger ones. So the Dragon's Guard Elite, now every single time we cast an instant or sorcery, gets a +1/+1 counter, and it stays that way. If some reason we get flooded and get to 6 mana, which we probably won't, we can double the amount of counters. That's pretty cool. Werewolf Pack Leader is just a super strong card in any deck touching green that has a bunch of creatures. It lets us draw a card as long as we can get that Pack Tactics, and we can turn it into a 5/3 with Trample, which just helps push through damage at the very end. Of course, that other Snakeskin Veil, super important just to make sure that we can protect our creatures from single target removal. The Mavinda, super powerful. Being able to, for 0, once every turn, recast a spell that you've already played, especially if you have a Clever Luminancer and a Leonin on the board, on turn 4 or 5, if the game goes that long, you throw a Mavinda, or if you have nothing in your hand to do anyways on turn 3, you throw the Mavinda. If it lives, the next turn, you get to start reusing all of your instances and sorceries that you've already cast from the game, so super helpful. And then, of course, the pathways mainly there to help mana fix. And then we wanted to add these 2 Layer of the Hydras because everybody is running Blood on the Snow or Doomscar, just board wiping everywhere, and we want a way to just help get in with those last points of damage to finish off the game. So that's the main changes to the main board. Now, over here in the sideboard, we are going to be dropping an Environmental Science, we're going to drop an Inkling Summoning, and we're going to drop the 2 Expanded Anatomies. And in their place, we are going to add in 2 Academic Probations, a Reduce to Memory, and a Mascot Exhibition. That is not where I want those. Let's put you in the sideboard. Let's put you in the sideboard, and let's add both of these to the sideboard. That's much better looking. So, basically, we added a Mascot Exhibition for just that late game flood. Why not have the option to cast it if we're getting to that point? We added in the Reduce to Memory just to make sure that we have one more way to exile any non-land permanent. It's not just a creature. They get a creature out of it, but if there's something that's just really making it where we can't win the game, we can grab this, we can get rid of it, and just find a way to get through. We can trample over a 3/2 pretty well with this deck. And then the 2 Academic Probations are probably one of the most important additions to your sideboard. Super important. These are probably going to start getting used more and more in other decks, so those might be safe to craft. But, you know, the main reason that is there is for Blood on the Snow. Blood on the Snow, or even a late game Doomscar if they're running those colors. But mainly for all these Blood on the Snow decks, you want to make sure that on turn 4 or turn 5, depending on if they have the treasure tokens or whatnot, you have Academic Probation ready to go. Not only does it pump up all of your creatures, but it also makes it to where they can't board wipe you next turn. Very, very important card to add to the deck. But once again, I do want to reiterate, things like Mavinda, Leon and Light Scribe, things like that, if you do go to craft them, they're very situational decks. You're not going to be using them in everything. The Werewolf Pack Leader, very safe to craft. The Dragon's Guard Elite, once again, kind of a situational craft, so be careful there. And then, of course, lands, craft away. There's nothing wrong with those. So, without further ado, why don't I go ahead now and show you what the upgraded version of this deck looks like on the ladder. That solo 2 of bees. I got nothing. Opponent, hello. Looks like they're going first. We have no white land, otherwise it's great. We have to mulligan that. There's some white land, our turn 1 into a turn 2. I guess we have to keep this 6, and I think we have to ship a pack leader. Eye Twitch coming down. We'll lead with the Arctic Tree Line. Hunt for specimens. And we take one. Dragon's Guard Elite, huh? Yeah, let's play the Dragon's Guard Elite. Environmental Sciences coming down. Eye Twitch coming down. Oh, just the one in the air. They almost attacked with the pest. So I think the first thing I do is attack. See if they want to block. No? Okay. So we'll just tag him for the 2. Throw out a green land, throw out a pack leader, throw out the Clever Luminancer, and that's our turn. I'm gonna have to get to Guiding Voice here soon because I need to get the card out of, out of our sideboard where we can call a card they can't cast, so they can't Blood on the Snow, which they're not ready for yet. They might not even go to that. We don't know. Let's throw out the Arctic Tree Line. These are both instances. This is a sorcery. Let's put a +1/+1 counter on. I guess we put it on the 0/1 so that it always has a little bit of power. They have a removal, it looks like, maybe. I want this Academic Probation because we're going to be calling Blood on the Snow most likely in a turn or 2 here. So now we go ahead and we just swing. We swing in with the lot. We draw a card. Ooh, that'll be great next turn. I'm probably going to end up using this Misshape right now as a trampler. So we get more out of misshaping the Clever Luminancer. So let's go ahead and misshape a 3/3 Elephant Trampler for the turn. Makes it nice and big. And I think that's enough damage for now. Oh, they're gonna... Okay. That resolves. So we have the Snakeskin Veil to protect any of our creatures this turn from that. And then next turn we have the Academic Probation, which I'll be calling Blood on the Snow. Well, they can actually Blood on the Snow now. Because I didn't know they were going to have the Deadly Dispute, so that's not good. So we could lose the game right now to Blood on the Snow. They did grab the Necrotic Fumes, so I am hoping that they have to Necrotic Fumes. Otherwise, it's an odd grab. I was not... Oh, Professor Onyx. Okay. This is just that I actually... Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the power, greatest amongst power, huh? I don't see any reason to pump anything else up, so that just, unfortunately, we lose that.
Part. Watch the life essence fade.
Another Dragon's Guard Elite. I feel like they want us to go for the Onyx. So let's start out by putting a... Man, oh, this is so tough. No, so tough. I don't think I can do the Dragon's Guard Elite right now, or maybe I can, and I do the Academic Probation. They have spot removal, that's the problem, so I'm trying... Yeah, let's go ahead and put this on the... A +1/+1 on the... Pack Leader. Let's grab another Academic Probation. Let's throw Academic Probation. Choose a non-land card. Opponents can't... So let's call Blood on the Snow. And let's go ahead and swing in with both of these to them. I have protection sitting here with the Snakeskin Veil. And if they can't Blood on the Snow now. So let's go ahead and just get in. That's why I placed that like that. Now they're down to 6. They get to draw their card from their sideboard. It's an Environmental Sciences. We put down that and end the turn. So they can't Blood on the Snow. And single target removal. She can't remove anything. And single target removal gets Snakeskin Veiled. And then next turn I can do it again. And I think that's good. We do have this in the way now. So they have to choose to either block or, yeah, I don't know. Innkeeper coming down. Okay. That's a problem. It's a blocker. Binding of the Old Gods. Targeting. No, thank you. Ha! Gotcha! Okay, everybody, that is going to do it today for our Selesnya Magecraft deck. I really hope you enjoyed this kind of video where we did the budget version, then we showed you the upgrade version. Please let us know down in the comments if you did enjoy this kind of content, if there's any other kind of content you want to see, any decks particularly that you would like to see. We really do want to hear from you. Now, if you love a really fast-paced, rushy deck, but you know, just mono red, mono white, mono green isn't your thing, you really haven't found it yet, definitely want to give this deck a try. Try it on the budget version first. If you like the way that the deck runs, it's going to run the same way, but just a little bit better on the non-budget version. So just keep that in mind before you go and craft this whole deck. Make sure it's your thing first. We really hope that you do enjoy the channel, and if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, you'll be eligible to win all kinds of fun prizes. Check the description down below to find out everything I'm talking about, and as always, until next time, have a blast in the arena.